Okay, we got to take a quick break, let
Yep.
you go change,
Okay.
and we'll come back.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
So we took a little break so my guest can go and change into her dominatrix clothing. And so you went and put on what?
This is a latex tank dress by Siren. That's what I am modeling tonight. And I got it yesterday, just especially for you, Jesse.
Amazing. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of changing it? I mean, of the different clothing?
Well, we all wear different uniforms in life, right? You have to
Right.
dress for the occasion, and getting into dominatrix attire helps you sort of get into like the headspace, especially like when you're getting dressed and you're putting on your lipstick and your makeup. It sort of helps you get into that headspace, and of course, it's tempting for the men, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I noticed that, so do men ask you to wear certain things or you just know?
They do, but I don't accept wardrobe requests.
Oh, you do not?
No.
And why not?
Because I'm not gonna play Barbie dress up for them. They don't get to dress me. I decide what I wear.
But since they're paying for it, why don't they get what they want?
I don't really see it that way. I don't see them as clients or customers. I see them as slaves, and they are paying me to dominate them, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
And do you say to them, come to your master?
I don't use the title master. The title that I usually use is mistress. If it's a personal slave, then like my personal slaves might refer to me as your highness or your majesty as a term of endearment. And then it's not unusual for slaves that I don't know to address me as ma'am, and that's fine too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You look totally different when you
Yes.
want to put that on. Before, when you first got here,
Yeah.
you had on normal clothes, you looked like a normal lady. And then you came back and you looked like a different person.
Yes.
Do you feel differently?
I do feel different.
How do you feel now?
I feel sexy now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I
Amazing.
feel flirtatious. I feel alive.
Alive. In your normal clothes, you didn't feel alive?
Oh yeah. I don't necessarily wear this in session. I mean, I wore this because this is what's expected. This is what you wanted to see, right? This was the
okay.
show. But I sometimes wear street clothes or lingerie or whatever mood I'm in. But definitely, getting dressed up and, just for any woman, if you're getting dressed up to go out on a date and you're putting on your makeup, you feel different as you put your makeup on and, you get dressed. It just makes you feel more feminine.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about, you protested the film 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, I did.
And at the time you said S&M is an orientation, not a mental illness.
Correct.
What did you mean by that? Because it looked like a mental illness.
Well, it was in the DSM for a long time as a mental illness, and they finally changed it. But it's not, it's an orientation. And basically, I mean, if you want to think of it sort of in the evolutionary context, like, because every group of people has like, has sort of an evolutionary contribution, right? I lost my train of thought. Sometimes when I get excited, I do that.
It's not a mental illness, you say.
Okay.
It's an orientation.
Right. So people who are into S&M eroticize three things that vanilla or straight people don't. And those are fear, trauma, and shame, So most people don't eroticize those things, but if you're into S&M, you do. But it's sort of like, how like some people like really spicy food,
Right.
Burns your mouth.
Right.
They want the hottest pepper possible. They want to really burn their mouth. Why? Right?
Right. It's their trauma, huh? Are they really?
So people who eat hot peppers, who like hot peppers, have trauma?
Some do. They've been traumatized in one form or another.
So are you saying that it's unnatural to eat very hot peppers?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either when you were growing up, maybe a parent made hot, spicy food, and as a
What
kid.
about skydiving? Is that also wicked?
Well, I wouldn't call it evil. It's just some type of a trauma that happened in life where you overreact to and you become attracted to
So
whatever
if you
overreact
like
to.
skydiving or parachuting or hang gliding or anything that's in any way risky, then that's because of trauma.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. 100%. I got to ask you this about financial domination. Domination. It's also known as FIDOM.
FinDom.
FinDom. Tell me about that.
Well, all S&M is about a power exchange, about someone giving up and surrendering their power, the other person taking their power for a period of time, right? So what bigger symbol of surrendering of power is money? Money is power, right?
Yeah.
So by giving up your money or surrendering your money, you're giving up your power in that way. So that's why people like it.
Oh, I see. So I wanted to ask this as a follow-up. When men are down, do you put them on your lap sometime and beat them, or
Do I do an over-the-knee spanking?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yep.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love administering a nice, sound, old-fashioned over-the-knee spanking. Absolutely, yes.
Do you sometimes see yourself doing that and you start laughing?
No. I've been doing this for 30 years, Jesse. This stuff doesn't make me laugh anymore, you know?
Oh, but it did in the beginning?
No, it was never funny to me. But I know that for some people, when they get started, in the beginning, they do have trouble.
Yeah.
You know? But for me, I didn't have that problem.
I got to ask this. Are the men pretending to be afraid, or they are really afraid of you?
I think it depends. I think sometimes they're pretending, and I think sometimes they're afraid. But I think all men fear women on some level.
Oh, you do? All men do?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, they do. You're right.
They do, because what is a man's ultimate fear is the rejection of a woman.
Yeah.
That's what men fear more than anything.
And the reason they feel that way because they fear their mothers or grandmothers. Their mothers took away their courage by imposing her will on them, and so the woman become their god. So they fear the woman.
Is that what happened to you?
They fear exactly. It happened to all men.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Any man
so
that's
your
born,
mom took your power away from you?
Any man that's born through
How
a
did she
woman.
do that?
Any man that's born through a woman become like her, weak and afraid, and illogical and all that. But once he overcome his mother, or even a girl, once she overcome her mother, return to the father,
Right.
then they return to normalcy. They no longer have the fear, the doubt, the worry, and all that. But let me ask you this.
Sorry that happened to you.
No, well, it couldn't help it. Anyone who's born through the woman
Yeah.
is have to go through that.
Yeah, it's too bad that your mom was like that.
But all women are like that.
Not just all
Oh,
women are like your mom?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
These young women find men to become their pay pigs. What does that mean?
Pay pig. That's sort of a term of art, in any kink or any fetish, there are, different terms of can be humiliation, so in financial domination, sometimes a slave will be referred to as a human ATM, a pay piggy, wallet rape, stuff like that. I like to call them dildos with wallets.
Amazing. Did you know that all human beings are traumatized coming through the mother?
Well, all human beings experience trauma.
Did you know it happened coming through the mother, though?
Well, what do you mean?
The mother traumatized them and caused them to go into that fallen state.
Right. How did she do that to you?
Because of her nature.
Like, what did she do? What did she say?
Women are like that due to the lack of...
Like what? Like, what did she do to you?
Women are like that due to the lack of love. Did you know that women don't have love?
Oh, so your mom didn't love you?
No women love. Women,
but your mom didn't love you.
Hold on a minute. It's incapable for a female to love because she has no love. It's not in her at all. She received love from the Father. Did you know that?
I think you know that.
Let me ask you, did you know that?
I've heard you say it before.
Right, and did you know that before you heard me say it?
Well, I watched the show before I came, so I know that that's your deal.
And
right?
did you know prior to that women had no love?
I don't think that's true, but I mean,
Why
if
don't
I
you
had
think
such
that's
an
true?
abusive mother like yours, I might have turned out that way.
She wasn't
also.
abusive. You saw her, she seemed like a really nice Christian woman.
Right.
But she couldn't help it because of her mother and so on.
So
and so
what
on.
did she do and
But let
say
me ask you this.
that made you the way you are now?
Let me ask you this. Before you heard me say that, did you think women had love?
I think everybody has love.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
Before you heard me say that women had no love, did you know that women had love, or you thought that they had love?
I wouldn't know that because I don't believe that to be true. So the way that
You don't believe what to be true?
I don't believe that women don't have love. I don't think that's true.
Why don't you believe that?
Because it's false.
Why is it false?
Because I have a lot of women in my life that I love and that love me.
But I mean, there's that false love that comes from anger. It feels like love, but it's not the real deal. It's a false
Is
imitation.
that what love feels like for you?
It's
Anger?
a false imitation of the real deal.
Oh.
Knowing that now, what do you think about it?
I still don't understand the question, to be honest with you, because I don't agree with it, and nothing you're saying is going to make me agree with it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't
So-
want to believe. You don't want to understand that.
How do you know what I want?
I'm asking you, do you want to understand that?
Let's move on to the next question.
Amazing. What is a man?
A man keeps his word. A man does the right thing. A man takes care of his woman. A man is a protector. I believe all those
Are
things.
you a feminist?
No, I'm a female supremacist.
And what is love?
What is love? Are you talking about romantic, platonic? What do you mean?
What is love?
Love is, I think real love, you know, whatever kind of love you're talking about, is when you care about that person so much that you would put their needs ahead of your own.